the very final renunciation is giving your life up.
Yes.
For our country, and there are many people who have done that. As John pointed out, we have over 500,000 dead soldiers who are fighting, and we get a bunch home every day from Afghanistan, I might add, which aren't really counted in full. Thank you, Reed, for putting that in there. So at any rate, how's Doug doing? Is he teaching those dogs yet how to play the piano?
No, he hasn't. He's been very delinquent about teaching them their musical skills.
That's terrible. You know, Bill Parman, who was Lori worked with for many years, was a musician in his own right. Did you know that he could play at concert level and played concerts the harmonica? And he still can.
Oh, yeah.
He learned out behind the barn, he said. He used to go down behind the barn and play away when he was on the farm.
He used to give me personal concerts in the office. It was a very small staff. He went from 3 to, when he brought me on, I took over the whole show, and so we went from 3 to 1, so just me sitting in the office, and all of a sudden it was rather humorous. Actually, Bill Parman would just start playing the harmonica, and you know, I didn't know if he wanted me to continue all the pressing matters I had on my desk, or if I was expected to listen to a concert. But either way, it was entertaining.
It was fun. Well, thank you very much, Linda, for calling in. Is there any other item you wanted to mention?
Well, I just wanted to mention that there are senior services with the Chautauqua County Office for the Aging. The phone number is 753-4471, and Dunkirk area 363-4471.
Okay, and we have a great staff over there ready to help you, especially our director.
We have a great department. Yeah. Well, have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, thank you, Linda.
Thanks. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah,
it's great to see you on the show.
Thank you.
They tell me in terms of budget cutting, though, they have moved. Somebody called me and said, you know, they're moving a trailer down to the Mayville Park. And it has 2 doors. One is the Office for the Aging. They got already sign up over it. And the other one is the Veterans Affairs. Same trailer.
Yeah.
And that'd save a lot of office space, I guess. It'd be cheap anyway, huh?
That's good shared services, I'd say. I'm not familiar with that plan.
Well, I haven't seen the trailer, but somebody told me they saw it moving slowly down the hill into the park. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
last
let me know
last
about
thing
that.
we wanted to talk about, and we whittled down the time so you don't have to talk about it too long, okay? That shows an act of mercy by your interrogator here. The tax crisis.
I'll take it on.
Give
me any
crisis.
issue, Reed. We
took took a lot of the funding, and as for our taxes for last year, and as Greg said, this is phony.
Right.
He didn't say dishonest or immoral, but he kind of hinted at it. You claimed a balanced budget, but you actually borrowed all the money this year for last year. Not all of it, but a good hunk of it.
Chunk of it.
And now we are faced with a huge tax deficit this year because we have 2 years worth of borrowing to deal with. You suggested, or somebody suggested, that we could raise the taxes, the state sales tax. That seems to be almost impossible. There is absolute opposition to that on the state level from both of our representatives. And Bill Parman was outspoken on that too. He was against it.
Right.
So it looks like real estate taxes. Now, I did note in the paper that you found, that's quote, the legislature found $10 million that they lost. Now, how does the county legislature lose $10 million? Would you tell me that?
Well, I wish someone would tell the legislature. Actually, that's the administration's audit. The state audit on the Edwards administration uncovered $10 million,
which was lost.
And I don't think the administration particularly likes the term lost, but yes,
well, if you found it was lost.
It's concerning, and I think it should be concerning for the taxpayers because, to me, all of a sudden, $10 million can either mean one of 2 things, and I think it either means that there is some question of competency or some possibility of deception.
Well, it wasn't lost. We'll say it was discovered.
It was discovered, and was that an unintended discovery that had been put away as these things
like hokey
sometimes
pokey
are?
Here to me, to a lot of people that say, "Wait a minute, you don't lose."
It is
fine $10 million.
Yeah, no, and it is exactly the legislature that's starts, asking these questions, and needs to be, I think at even, higher volumes, asking these questions.
Nobody's answering it.
Where
I have yet to hear where this money was secreted away,
right,
disposed of and lost or forgotten, whatever the county legislature did to lose this money, make it disappear, discover it, find it, whatever you want to do. It's craziness.
Right. Well, in one of the, there were several different areas in which this $10 million resulted from, this discovery resulted from, but one of the most significant areas that accounts for the largest percentage of the 10 million came from a Medicaid, a particular Medicaid reimbursement area from the state government. And I think it's most noteworthy when we're looking at this whole $10 million question. If you look back in the minutes during last year's budget hearings from Audit and Control, there's a legislator for whom I have great respect for his financial expertise. He happens to be the chief financial officer at WCA, and he's also a legislator, and he really takes very seriously his role of financial oversight in the legislature.
Money.
Yeah, so Chuck Nazaro, rightly pointed out during the budget hearings last year when we were, setting the numbers for 2012, that the Edwards administration was, he said, grossly underestimating the potential revenue from this particular reembrsement. He said that is way too conservative.
Okay.
And
that's
and
one
then
answer.
Here
and there.
you have the results. I mean,
okay.
he turned out to be right in that we
how much
had
is
grossly.
How much is our budget, Lori, in total?
Oh my gosh, I don't know the exact figure.
Well, roughly,
but
is it 10 million, 100 million, 200 million?
The county. Well, it's close to. I don't even want to say a figure because I'll get it wrong and then But
okay.
$10 million. Yeah. What you're getting at in terms of the significance of 10 million.
At least double that.
And we're much higher. But
where we're going to get the money?
The significance of the 10 million when we're talking about having discussed a $14 million shortfall earlier in the year, and then suddenly $10 million has appeared.
So our taxes won't be
do
crazy,
the math,
but they'll be high.
Yeah, and it's important to return those dollars to the taxpayers where it belongs, but this information, a more honest budget would have been critical last year so that we, didn't have to slash the services that we did and didn't have to propose even the tax increase that we still did.
We've got another couple of callers. I want to squeeze one more.
Sure,
in. Okay.
Sure.
Caller, you're on.
Good morning, Reed.
Good morning.
My quick question is, when you talk about consolidating local municipalities, what does the county actually pay to them that's going to help save money?
Sure. Well, I think it's not so much. I don't want to sit here and say we must consolidate municipalities. I think we need a more comprehensive look, and it's sort of a larger question, if you will. It's how do we streamline services? So there may be a service that a village provides, the town provides, and the county government is also providing. A good example of that could be policing, and we have consolidated policing services to some degree over the course of the last couple decades, but we need to look, I think, at more individual services and come up with a different structure that provides effective services while lowering the overhead cost.
Okay, thank you. Caller, does that answer your question? Thank you, caller. At this point, we're kind of running down on time, Lori. I wanted to talk about schools consolidation just for a few seconds.
Sure.
What do you think of that? That sounds like a big winner, but everybody opposes it. In the school districts being consolidated, especially one that we had 3 of them fall through recently. Westfield now is talking to Brockton. What do you think? The multiple use of schoolrooms. At this point, we have some schoolrooms that just have 14 kids in them in a class. We're losing so many kids, but we still maintain the same high-cost facilities.
Sure.
What about it?
And it's a tough issue. I mean, it's people take a lot of pride, as they should, in their school districts, and really that's a key area in which people identify with. in their local communities. So, and a caveat too for the viewers, I'm sure everyone understands that the county legislature has, no role with regard to our educational services. That's all managed by the local school districts. But yeah, I mean, we really, I think, need to look at every area, including educational services, to try to provide the services more effectively, I said, at a lower cost.
We're running out of time. I want to say hats off to Linda Dunn. She is the one who actually did most of the work for starting the Arts Festival in Westfield. And she and I sat down one day and had a beer together, and I told her on Long Island where I was living about these big festivals. She said, well, it sounds good up here. And so she tried it, and the first one, there were 18 people who participated.
Wow.
And I was one of them. I brought some of my paintings.
Nice job.
Okay, I wanted to just get that in, Linda, and you are a sweetheart and a good hard worker for Westfield. One-time mayor, too, I might add. Thank you, Lori Cornell. I want to give you 30 seconds to finish up uninterrupted.
Sure. Well, thank you, Reed, for the opportunity to be here today, and thank you to all of your viewers out there. I really appreciated all the questions that came in, and
we still have a caller we couldn't get to.
Oh no!
You'll be back. You'll be back.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, if you'll have me, Reed, it's an honor to be here and a great opportunity. So, in closing, I know I have about 10 seconds left. I just want to, recommit to the people of Chautauqua County that we're just going to continue working very hard on your behalf and to provide those services you deserve at a lower cost. We need to be addressing what I think are the two most pressing issues in Chautauqua County, and that's taxes and jobs. Your taxes are too high, and you deserve a stronger economy.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Lori Cornell, Minority Leader, and I appreciate you giving up your time, taking the heat. Everybody gets a little heat, though, and it's not your fault. I understand that fully. But I approve of your approach.
Can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, right?
Absolutely. And so, Lori Cornell, thank you again.
Thank you.
I want to thank other special people. Sorry, caller, the last caller will come in next time you appear. Chuck Kelsey, Devin Taylor, Chris Burt, Randy Burt, Chris Remaker, Jeff Zook, Don Zenz, and finally, last but not least, John Hamels. Thank you for making this show possible, donating your time, your expertise to the public of Chautauqua County. May all that is proud and true and noble abide with you on this day, and especially on Monday, when we remember our fallen heroes, the best of our country. May all that is proud and true and noble abide with you. I'm Reed Powers.